Welcome to this Real America's Voice Newsbreak. I'm Terrence Bates. Former Trump National Security Advisor turned Trump critic John Bolton answers to a judge on charges of storing top-secret records at his home. The former ambassador was whisked into a Maryland federal courtroom earlier this morning for his first court appearance after being indicted on Thursday. You may remember the FBI carried out a search warrant at Bolton's home in Maryland back in August. The 16 or 18 count indictment, alleges that an Iranian-backed hacker group hacked into Bolton's email account, exposing classified and other sensitive material. Bolton calls the charges against him part of an intense effort by President Trump to intimidate his opponents. Quote, "Now I have become the latest target in weaponizing the Justice Department to charge those he deems to be his enemies with charges that were declined before or distort the facts." President Trump's response? Here it is.
I think he's, a bad person. I think he's a bad guy. Yeah, he's a bad guy. It's too bad, but it's the way it goes. That's the way it goes, right?
Bolton faces 8 counts of transmission of national defense information and 10 counts of retention of national defense information as well. President Trump will try to take the next step in ending another war today when he hosts Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky at the White House. You're looking at a live picture as Zelensky is expected to arrive here in short order. Today's in-person talks come just one day after President Trump had a lengthy phone conversation with Russian President Vladimir Putin. At issue is a long-awaited ceasefire and peace agreement between the two sides. While there have reportedly been agreements to various terms leading to a ceasefire, neither Russia nor Ukraine has been able to take the most critical step and stop the fighting. President Trump has recently shown the willingness to sell Ukraine long-range Tomahawk cruise missiles that could reach deep into Russia. It's something that Zelensky will likely ask for during today's meeting. However, after talking with Vladimir Putin on Thursday, the president saying, quote, "We need the Tomahawks for the United States of America as well." That's a quick check of your headlines. I'm Terrence Bates.
An all-new greatest American generation. It's the Charlie Kirk Show.
Welcome back to the Charlie Kirk Show. Andrew Kolvet, joined by Danny Phillip and Mikey McCoy. No, we're not going to do any more Mom Donnie impersonations.
I have to stop.
Unless
Media Matters is looming.
You know what's funny? He
Takes.
is the king of fake accent. He's a code switcher.
He's the one that started it. Okay, so he fakes accents all the time. So I'm faking the fake. I'm faking the fakester.
You're just doing what he showed us the way on. Caleb and Michel, members.charliekirk.com if you want to join our AMAs. Caleb and Michel, what's going on?
Hey, we thought Mikey's impersonations were hilarious, so keep it up.
Thank you, Caleb.
Around the office, everybody's begging Mikey to do the impersonation. He's got a great hydroxychloroquine one, but I don't know if
we'll do Stephen Hawking next week.
God,
Yeah. I'll debut
Stephen Hawking. Really, really very good. Okay, what's your guys' question?
Hey, well, we haven't heard an AmericaFest update in a while, and our concern is how are we going to fit all the people that are registered into the Phoenix Convention Center?
We have the same concern. We actually turned some of the ticketing off because VIP filled up.
But the actual convention center can expand in our exhibitor hall. The way it's formatted, there's actually ways to add more seating and to expand it. So there is ways that we can do it in staging too. The amount of seats that we put there, if we do side seating versus more stadium seating or higher stadium seating. So there are ways to fill it. So that's not a worry of ours. But our worry is how can we get even more people there? And it's really exciting because these people, usually they're Arizonans that are coming. These are a lot of out-of-state people coming before Christmas.
There's, I would say Arizona gets like an outsized presence, but there's always like a lot of people from out of state. And I mean, we have all 50 states represented at AmFest every year. We have all 50 states, but it's going to be more and it's going to be bigger. And I will tell you, everybody basically that we've asked to come speak at AmFest has been like, yes, please, absolutely, whatever we can do. So we're going to have an amazing lineup of speakers at AmFest. And so rest assured, that is going to happen. I thought you were going to ask about the halftime show because right now my inbox is is the what did I say?
They love it.
Did I say it wrong? No, halftime show.
No, I'm saying that every email is just about halftime.
Caleb, are you excited about the halftime show?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a phenomenal thing. I think I'm hoping the viewership exceeds the people that are watching, the other event that's going to be going on at that same time.
Whatever that other thing is, we don't know.
It is,
we don't know anything about it. So I have to. I thought that's where this was going. So I had the team prep all these clips. But I will tell you, we have triggered the left. We have triggered the Twitterati or the TikTokerati on the left. So I have to play a couple of these. Okay, so here's all the clips. Let's play 282.
If you look at the common denominator around all of these, I would call them white Christian nationalists, is they are all white. And the Super Bowl halftime performer is not.
Deep thoughts from a Louisville pastor. A Louisville pastor. That was really deep. This is why the rates of Christianity in the country had been dropping, because we had to deal with these kind of beta males. Okay. Do you want to chime in on this, or no?
I'm just looking forward to our halftime show being in English.
Well, listen, okay, here's the thing. We have a lot of Hispanic fans of this show and of Charlie. This is not anti-Hispanic. It's Bad Bunny said you had 4 months to learn Spanish because he refuses to speak English, even though he's Puerto Rican, which is part of America, and he refuses to speak English.
But I from my lens, too, I could view this as we're an English-speaking country, and this is an English-speaking event.
It's also the biggest event on our soil. Here's another clip, 296.
They're going to do their own halftime show. Lee Greenwood, Kid Rock. It's going to be sponsored by Minute Maid, white rice, salt, and bottled water.
It's so funny how much people have keyed into the racial side of this. It's so strange.
Bottled water.
There was zero racial anything in our thinking about this event at all. At all. I can tell you, behind the scenes, we weren't we need to do an event for white people. That didn't even come into the conversation.
At the intellectual depth of some of these people, his roasts aren't even that good. White rice and bottled water. What are you trying to get at? That's not even funny or deep or good. I don't know.
Okay, this one actually kind of made me laugh. Sometimes, hat tip when it can make you laugh. 366.
Turning Point USA will host counter-programming to the Super Bowl halftime show after a mega meltdown over the NFL choosing Bad Bunny as this year's headliner, adding, "We're so happy to announce our headliners, Kid Rock and an AR-15."
It's actually stupid, but it made me laugh a little bit. Okay, I want to play one more. Let's see. This is a lib Karen. We'll get one lib Karen in there. 363.
Charlie Kirk's network just announced that they're going to have a rival halftime show, an all-American rival halftime show. Puerto Rico is a United States territory. Puerto Ricans are U.S. citizens. I have never wanted to learn Spanish more.
You have 4 months.
Puerto Rico is an American. Where that was.
Puerto.
You know what it reminded me of is the weather forecasters in Southern California or something, and they'd be they would. And the clouds are going to be moving in from the west over Santa Barbara, and then they were just Anyway, so,
I mean, she can move to Puerto Rico if she really wants to.
There's nobody stopping you from learning Spanish. I studied abroad and learned Spanish. I have no problem with Spanish. Yes.
I didn't know that.
Viví un rato en España. Yeah. Anyways, there's nothing wrong with Spanish. There's nothing wrong with it's just so funny that so many people took this as a anti-Hispanic. That's not anti-Hispanic. The guy will not stand for the American national anthem.
Yeah.
The guy doesn't like this country. He won't perform in America because he's worried about ICE. Anyways, we had to go in that. Caleb, final thoughts?
Yeah, sure. The other thing is it's not just the Spanish thing. I think for years we have been feeling like a certain cultural element is being thrust upon us at these shows, in like the Emmys and every halftime show, and it's like the debauchery, and it's like we want something that feels American. We don't feel like that we're a part of these halftime shows, and then we don't feel like they're celebrating things that we want to celebrate. So why not have our own thing? And
Totally
it's
agreed.
not racial motivated at all.
Yeah, booty cheeks and debauchery do not define American values.
Yeah, you know what I can't watch anymore? And as a kid, I remember watching it.
Yeah.
I cannot watch the Grammys.
I haven't watched. You
Grammys
can't.
is so bad. I mean,
It's filth.
The Oscars at least kind of still tries to, the elegant dresses and stuff, and they don't do the like see-through, But at the Grammys, wasn't it like Kanye's wife or whatever? Didn't she just like
Kim.
show up in a completely nude
that
wrap
girl.
or something?
Yeah.
Anyway,
but this is also this is stuff that Mamdani's pushing for, not just debauchery to be platformed, for prostitution to be legalized. You want hookers on the street in America's biggest
Did you
city?
notice this, by the way? This was such an important moment. He says, I never have. That's a lie from Andrew Cuomo about prostitution being legalized. And then they get to the later part of the question, like, would you prosecute it? He said, well, I wouldn't prosecute it. So de facto legalization of prostitution.
Same thing.
So anyways, it's totally the same thing. Caleb and Michelle, thank you as always. Let's get to the next question here. Who's next, Emma? Is it Christine? Christine. Unmute yourself, please, Christine.
I'm here.
Hi. What's your question?
Guys.
Hi.
My question is about this No King's Day tomorrow. What would this demonstration do? Could it throw a wrench in the Republicans' efforts, or is this just political theater? I just don't understand why they're doing it, or why the Democrats are holding out for this.
Yeah, I feel like this is typical of the left, and this isn't their first protest of this sort. It's a lot of noise with no substance, and you oftentimes forget about it a few days later. But something I pointed out to Andrew a little while ago is I think it's really ironic and rich that the smaller party is the one shutting down the government. And then once they shut down the government, that same smaller party is the one saying Trump is king. It's a little ironic to me. I don't know. What do you think, Danny?
Yeah, he wouldn't have. I mean, if he was really a king, they wouldn't even be able to protest.
Yeah,
in the first place.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to protest, and you would not be able to shut down the government. I don't know if it will have effect.
Yeah, no. Here's what it is. So the entire Democrat Party is under a lot of pressure right now from their left base, so their left flank, right? That would be the DSA, Democrat Socialists of America, the Antifa base, the foot soldier base, the activist base. And Chuck Schumer and all these guys went along with a continuing resolution earlier in the year, and they got shellacked for it. Absolutely shellacked. And AOC is waiting in the wings to primary him, okay? So this is a big problem for establishment Democrat politicians. They need to show that they are with the people and that they're fighting the good fight against the tyrant Donald Trump. But here's the bigger problem, and why this is actually dangerous, is there's going to be a lot of pent-up rage. Where's the rage coming from? A lot of it is disinformation. And you see this. Actually, get me the clip, guys, of Don Lemon, okay? Don Lemon talking about getting armed. Here's what's happening right now. So there's a bunch of misinformation around ICE, specifically ICE. So you've got these showdowns in Portland. You got the showdown in Chicago. And I was looking for a thread here. Somebody put together a really great thread of all of these ICE stories that have gone massively viral on Blue Sky and on left-wing Twitter. And they're all lies. So whether that be a picture of somebody arresting a 4-year-old toddler, it's not actually a true story at all. It was a father that was the kid had asked to be, put handcuffs on him like he was getting arrested. But there's many, many such stories where they're saying, oh, if you're black and brown, you're going to be arrested. So they all believe this lie that you're just going to get arrested if you're black and brown. Really quick, 343.
Black people, brown people of all stripes, whether you're an Indian American or a Mexican American or whoever you are, go out in your place where you live and get a gun legally, get a license to carry legally. Because when you have people knocking on your door and taking you away without due process as a citizen. Isn't that what the Second Amendment was written for? Go back and read what the Second Amendment says.
So they just want to foment a lot of rage, and the Democrats just want to look like they're doing something about Trump. So they're using disinformation to do that. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.